It's been quiet for a long time, about 400 years, and people start to wonder, is God even near? We haven't heard his voice since I don't know when, and it's really got me thinking, will he speak again? Last time we heard was from the prophets of old. I'll never forget when we used to read it from the scrolls. But truth be told, that goes back over 10 generations. Back then he would speak it with no hesitation. But now we all get complacent. His sin spreads through the nation. His commands, we don't embrace them. It's a sticky situation. It's like God just up and left. Like he gave up on his people. Maybe it's what we earned for being so evil. And when his words aren't been spoken, we don't have hope. We're going through so much change. It's like we're at the end of our rope. We've got one sect that wants to liberalize all the Jewish laws. And the Pharisees want to criticize, tell us obey them all. Had a rebel priest and a Samaritan build a temple with their hands. This caused a rivalry worse than modern day Pittsburgh and Dallas fans. We're facing persecution by some pretty nasty kings. I keep looking for the bigger picture. All I see are blank screens. But see, God was setting the stage for a greater story to be played, and though we couldn't see it, his silence was ordained. But God breaks through the silence, not with the roar of 1,000 mighty rivers, but he breaks through the silence with nothing more than a whisper. A voice in the wilderness, it was crying out, not in the city streets, but out there in the wild. It wasn't a priest in a temple or a king on a throne, it was a rugged man who ate locusts and honey by the comb. See, he didn't fit the status quo. It's not what they expected. And by overlooking him, God's voice they neglected. But he was just a forerunner, wasn't worthy to lace the shoes of the one who was to come. That's Christ, the King of the Jews. In Christ's conception, it was no exception. He was a whisper from God because he too didn't come as they expected. He was born of a virgin in a small little town, and his stepdad wasn't royalty, no throne and no crown. They expected great royalty to come and change the scene. They didn't expect him to come from a pregnant teen. He wasn't born in a castle or some great hall. He was born in a stable, but those who saw him were in awe. See, the wisest of the wise can see it in the skies that the child before them was truly divine. But I guess that's the thing. They were looking for the whisper. Their hearts weren't so hard and full of doubt, so when the whisper came, they heard it ring out. So what do we learn when we're in the silence? We can stop looking for a thundering sound and we can listen in for the whisper. And then, God's voice, it may be found.